Hi Internet friends, we're going to talk about James Corbett. This is the time now is 3:47 p.m. It is the 26th of July 2018, nearly 4 p.m. in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I started at 8 a.m. this morning to do this 5-minute video. 8 a.m. this morning, all day. Long story. But I did an interview with a very important person yesterday. You're going to learn some incredible stuff. And I presume that's the reason why they decided to nuke my laptop, to had to contortionize myself to get it back going. I'm going to actually sit and film the whole process one day so you go, holy hell, how many times does that happen a day, Brendan? It's been pretty quiet lately till I did that interview yesterday, and that's a whole story to itself. Let's get into Corbett report. Why am I going to pick on poor Jimmy Corbett over there in Japan? Konnichiwa yokozo irishaimase, Mr. Corbett. Genki desu ka? Genki desu? I should get my friend Gary, my PhD in cancer research friend who runs an English language school and speaks fluent High Japanese. Friends with a Sony engineer many years ago. Showed me the first Sony Discman years before they came out. I should go and look you up, James, because I don't believe you are the person you say you are. Sorry, but you know. If you don't know who James Corbett is, James Corbett, of course, travels the world. He's the go-to intellectual man. If you'd want someone who's presentable to the public, who knows how to use the term Zionist in all the right places, he's been to all the big, well, I don't think he's been to Iran, but he's certainly been to the ones in Malaysia. He does have a good intellectual grasp of a lot of things, and I agree with 80%, 70% of what he says. I'm not going to diss him completely. For the last 2 years, he is one of many of the leaders I've been trying to give this information to, and I want to show you how full of shit he is. He's not an unfortunate accident. It's not that he didn't receive the emails or the tweets or the comments on the YouTube channel from 50 different people over the last 2 years. It's not that. He's a fucking liar. And I'm going to prove it to you in a very simple concept. I want you to watch this. James Corbett came out and made... Where the hell did that video go? I can't believe this. This video, 2 weeks ago. For those of you who don't know, myself and a group of people, we specialize in showing how Israel is leading the BRICS. Israel is leading the Belt and Road Initiative, the $7.2 trillion Rothschild project run out of China, which is linking up the Middle East and explaining a whole host of things, showing how Israel is working with Russia and is working with China, and behind the scenes is working with Iran. It's all going to come out, and you're going to eat my you-know-what. No one wants to talk about it. Even though it's in mainstream news now. Even though it's been in articles for the last 2 years minimum. Since back to 2011, 2009 and beyond. No one wants to talk about it. None of the big players. None of them. I want you to listen to Corbett talk about technology transfers to the former Soviet Union and now to China. And he's saying what we've been saying, that of course China is an artificial construct and Israel is handing the technology over as we speak. Sucking it out of the United States, distributing to Russia, to China, then distribute it to Iran. So they've got a big enemy. So Israel has the excuse to build greater Israel. Israel has the excuse to keep its population under control out of fear. Hezbollah is an artificial construct, might be full of very sincere people, but they're started up by the privatized Jacob Rothschild Western intelligence agencies. The same people that ran the Soviet Union, the same people that ran Iran-Contra, the same people that deal the drugs, launder the drug money, buy the weapons, working in closely with the military-industrial complex. Hezbollah come out. I mean, they do Hitler salutes, they goose step. It's done on purpose, threaten to wipe out all the Jews in Israel. Good one, and BB can avoid indictments easily. He just gives a call. Hey, Nasrallah, come out and do a speech. And then Netanyahu goes, oh my God, Hezbollah's going to get you. I guess I'll be staying in for a few more years yet, me and my friends from the military-industrial complex, which are running the United States. Hand over fist, they even have their own puppet president in there. God bless. General Jim Mattis, retired Secretary of Defense. There's more and more evidence to show. We'll do another video on that he is working for the good guys. Maybe. I'm optimistic. You should be at least optimistic. Keep your eyes open, as are we all. Now, James Corbett's going to talk about those technology transfers, and not once does the fucking word Israel leave his lips. If this doesn't show you what a fraud this guy is, considering the 2 years we've expended using Twitter, emails, comments on YouTube channels, webmail, everything, even audio, then I don't know what is. You tell me. Here we go.
Its own downfall, where I point out that just as in the 20th century, when the Soviet Union rose as the great menace and the great power that was threatening the US hegemony, it only did so because, explicitly because, of the technology transfers and the economic aid that was supplied by the West to the Soviet Union to allow it to be the menace of the 20th century. So too, in the exact same way, all of these incredible googads and technologies that are coming out from the Chinese military now, including the drones and the new fighter jets and the laser AK-47s, are part and parcel of technology transfers that have been taking place for the last few decades now at this point between the US and the West generally and China. And this has been done explicitly, and I detail that in my work in China and the New World Order.
No, you don't, James. You don't detail it explicitly. The word Israel does not leave your lips. Let's go back. Let's have a read, shall we? Together. This is from anywhere from 2013 to 2018 now. Israel-China affair blooms even as culture gateways on rapport. Mobile Eye rewalk to attend Shanghai conference. I might add, he has a thing about driverless cars. Doesn't even mention Mobile Eye. Israel leading the way. No mention of it. Doesn't leave his lips. Chinese-Israeli fund to invest 250 million in medtech. Understand, it's all being done with China. Agriculture, medical, nanotechnology, military, industrial, civilian, telecommunications, cybersecurity, you name it, they're working together to do it. China's interested in Israeli innovation. Israel aims to become the world's 15th largest economy by 2025. Netanyahu, 2 times of Israel, China. I hope Beijing's superb relations with Israel will affect its UN votes. When's old Jimmy Corbett going to do an expose on this stuff? Israel, China set up first accelerator program in Beijing. The Times of Israel with about 600, I counted them, articles about how close Israel and China are. In Beijing, Netanyahu looks to marry Israel's technology with China's capacity. Shanghai mayor visits Israel to deepen cooperation in innovation and key industries. Israeli entrepreneurs eyed Chinese opportunities, seek local partners. Photo, blah, blah, blah. In China's far west, companies cash in on surveillance program that targets Muslims. That's an interesting subject, actually. China, Israel work together in technology and innovation. And on Sydney Rittenberg, you know, I've done this. China, Israel relations, innovation, infrastructure, investment. That's very interesting. Read that one. I'm just giving you a taste. These are the latest ones, very recent, on the very subject we talk about, just a loosely affiliated group of people. Half the time I'm pissed off with them, I won't talk to them. We still share links. Okay, this is what I love about the whole thing. I'm more fascinated by personalities. I'm more fascinated by the ordinary people that are really making the difference. The ordinary people. Just ordinary people like John Swin or Joseph, can't use his full name, Jaleel and Jeremy and Greg, and you know, Greg's a fucking idiot. Twice he's rung into Alex Jones. Twice he forgets to ask the question. I don't give a shit, Greg. You're a fucking idiot. Seriously. Unlikely partners, China and Israel deepening trade ties, and that BBC article goes on to say that with Trump saying China's the enemy, well, what the hell's everyone? Why is anyone speaking up about Israel? We've been saying that for years. Why Israel is the new promised land for Chinese investors. Trump must warn Israel on its China trade, from the Washington Examiner. Haaretz do an article on that. Chinese investment in Israeli tech is growing, and it's quite welcome for some. Again, that's CNBC warning about this. Right. It just on and on and on. I mean, what can I tell you? And you telling me Corbett, that stamp collector, Jared Kushner impersonator, doesn't know this stuff? Blackstone Intelligence, Sergeant, you name them. We counted, I think there was about 72 or something. All up. I'm tired. I've been at this a while. I'm not, I don't go, you bastard, why aren't you doing this? I'm the boss. Why don't you listen to me? I'm very polite. I'm extremely polite. I'm not polite anymore. You go ask Corbett why and how he's so fucking stupid. That guy's making serious money out of his shows. Serious money. If you want to learn the real truth, if you want to really learn, I'm going to give you the video. So if you're new to this channel, all right, look, I don't even want to do a fucking channel. I couldn't give a flying fuck about the internet. I couldn't care less. I've just got nowhere to go now. My $100,000 a year comprehensive registered nurse job is long gone. My life is over. Been told it to my face. Don't want to do this. I hate it. I hate wasting my time and my energy, the anxiety and worry. I can't get a girlfriend. I can't even, they brought over a few women. And I said to my landlord, what the hell do you want me to say to them? What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a nurse, or I'm a doctor, or I work selling medical products, or I'm whatever. Think of anything like. How do I even explain to them what I'm doing with 3 warrants for my arrest? Could you imagine the difficulty I have in even attempting to form a relationship with a little wallet like this? I'm sorry, yeah, they like their crackers over here in Asia, but let me tell you, you better have a decent sized wallet. Everything else is a decent size, ladies and gentlemen, but the wallet's a little lacking. So, do you understand the sacrifice I've made? I didn't have to do this. I'd rather have been in fucking Gaza, working in an emergency room with the camaraderie of people around me, rather than being alone, on the run, getting raided by the police every 5 minutes. That's what pisses me the fuck off about James Corbett and that whole menagerie of 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 subscribers making serious money. And they will not touch this issue. It makes it dangerous for me when I travel outside of this country. When I go to Indonesia and, God forbid, Thailand or the Philippines. Extremely dangerous. They knock me off. Who is there? What, Adam Green? Adam Green's a flake. God bless him. He did an excellent job when he first did the Telpit program. He did an excellent job off the cuff. Bit of a drama queen, but I'll give him that. All right, that's it, man. There's Adam Green. With any audience, I'm next. And Adam Green just touches on it. I got to talk about it all the time to reinforce it. Do you understand? If these people would take it up, it takes the pressure off me and it will stop my laptop getting hacked to fucking death. Till the point where I'm losing my fucking mind. I've had 3 weeks of relative quiet. Why? Because I've done nothing controversial. That's why. Where are my beautiful scripted videos? Well, I know what happens when I do them. They're pretty happy when I rant. But do you understand the danger this puts me in? You want to look at my history? It's all online. But if you want to learn how things really work, if you really want to learn, just go through my videos slowly and methodically, but I'll give you a few to go to immediately. Immediately watch this video. People have said Israeli drones worldwide has changed their life. And he said, you have opened my eyes, Brendan. These are high-level people, all right? People you may know too. Said, you have opened my eyes. Please calm down. Please stop alienating. I can't. I'm under pressure. Do you understand? I'm in this little room, which I sit in for 20 hours a day. There's a gym and a pool here. I never use it. Right? It's $85 a week to live here with my security guards, CCTV. It's a standard condominium in Kuala Lumpur. It's very cheap, relatively speaking. 85 covers everything. They have to pay any bills, the fiber optic connection, which is always hacking me. I'm not having fun. There's no future for me. $200 a month isn't going to cut it. It's not going to pay my bills. So I hope you realize that. The sacrifice I personally made. I'd rather be in Gaza. Not alone. It's been hard. 3 years in jail. 2 years, 3.5 years banned offline. Watching these pricks just prance around. Oh, I'm the tip of the spear. I'm so clever. No, you're not. You can't even talk about Israel. Israeli drones worldwide. It'll change your perception on everything. Done under extraordinary pressure, just getting the hell hacked out of me. And trust me, I know hacking. I'm not an IT expert, but I know how to protect myself to a very large degree. So watch Israeli drones worldwide. You must watch Israel's secret weapon, the Telpiot program. That was, 6 months ago. You must watch it. And then you'll begin to see what bullshit people like, whatever I can't even remember his freaking name. Corbett. James Corbett is. You must watch how Israel hardware backdoored everything. Ask them why they can't put this into their narrative. I've made predictions. Iran-Israel war, the clown dance continues. I'm right every time. Every fucking time. May have timing out. But all these things you say is going to... The Syria's war is over again. Have you seen the latest? It's over, Brendan. When are you talking? It's not over. Still grinding on. I've said for 18 months. Just going to grind on. And every 3 months, the war's over. Russian air power has brought Sunni Muslim resistance down. ISIS has been wiped out. And just on it goes. Keep watching. Right again. Please watch part 1 and 2, the Tel Aviv, Moscow, New York axis. All right? It's defining. Part 1 and 2 here. With Mike Herzog of The American Awakening. and, knock yourself out on the rest. I don't know what to say, dude. It's not like I'm blowing my trumpet, but I'm watching crap artists spread bullshit and not tell the truth. I've been polite. I'm a very polite person, but I've had enough. I'm under a lot of pressure. Okay, I thought I was in Malaysia and it was great till you realise that China runs the Malaysian economy and the Belt and Road stuff. And as people said, man, they'll knock you off here, Brendan. The Chinese will knock you off. Be very cautious. 8 brothers in the military. 8 brothers in the military. I've had oil and gas executive, a friend of a friend, daughter went to the same school, said catch up with such and such, caught up with him. His girlfriend's brother is in military intelligence. Well, they never admitted it. They said, oh, our neighbour's in military intelligence. And he told us that Israel's running all the high technology. And I said, really? What a coincidence. I write about that stuff. Yeah, all right. They knew exactly who I was. And they were asking me for a bike ride. And I said, well, at the moment, thanks, I'm going to Iran. And I went to Iran. Wish I'd stayed here now. Wish I'd stayed here. Iran, what can I tell you about Iran? Very disappointing, very upset. I'm upset because I really thought I'd hit the pinnacle there. And Rouhani is not who you think he is. He's hanging with Jack Straw, Lord Levi, Lord Jacob Rothschild. Ask simple questions. Zarif, the foreign minister, spent almost his entire life from 18 on in the United States. Went to the Drew School. Look up the Drew School, Drew, on Wikipedia. The Drew School. Have a look where he went to school. The man is basically an American intelligence asset. John Kerry's son was best man at Zarif's. John Kerry's daughter, well, the best man of her Iranian husband is Zarif's son. You're going to work it all out soon. We're all bang on, Shannon and a few other people. 18 years old, incredible. American Iranian, yes, sort of pro-Sharish. All right, fine. All right, I will go wherever the truth leads me. And if I have to do 180s, I'll do 180s. I'm not quite ready for a 180, but I'm telling you, Ahmadinejad was the only real deal ever in Iran, and I'm including Ayatollah Khomeini, and I don't take that lightly. Only Ahmadinejad, the real deal. Still did his little tiger claw things. You're going to see that. It's going to come. I just have to sit here and survive, and as it unfolds, people are already contacting me. Brendan, I'm sorry, I thought you were a fraud, you're spot on, you bang on. I said, yeah, okay. It's not hard. I'd love to make myself out to be a genius, so would everyone else. We're just getting links, reading the information, and making the appropriate output. That's it. It's not magic. Jeff Rentz gets it. Henry McCow gets it. Thomas Klekanova of RBN gets it. Mike Herzog definitely gets it, of the American Awakening. I try to catch up with Mike every Friday afternoon if can be. Oh, I haven't even put up the latest one. Just did one with Jeff Rentz. And that's pretty much it. David Ikes apparently put some stuff up on it. But that's it. And all the rest of you freaking clowns with your 100,000 plus subscribers, you have an obligation to put this stuff up. You have an obligation to tell your viewers, you know what, I was wrong. I was wrong. I have to reassess things based on this information. I hate O'Connor. You can even say, I don't like O'Connor. I think he's half crazy, but he makes a point. He and his little Telpiot crew, if you want to call it that, do have a point. And move on. That's all you have to do, is just acknowledge where you get your information on. I always acknowledge where I get my information on. Always. But right now, there's 2 people talking about this. Me, with any audience. Me and Adam Green. That's it. Mike Herzog does it. Well, he gets a couple of thousand people live. That's a pretty good audience, plus all the other uploads. Jeff Rentz occasionally, every month or 6 weeks or so, I pop on Jeff Rentz. That's it. Adam Green's the only sort of, what's he got, 40, 50,000 subscribers? That's it. Where are they? Where's all those 100,000 plus subscriber people? Where are they? Too busy go, Q, trust the plan. James Corbett is one of the leading personalities in what I would call the intellectual, quasi-academic world. He gets invited to a lot of very high places. James Corbett is deliberately keeping from you for this information. It's not an accident. He hasn't forgotten. He's deliberately omitting it from his narrative. Deliberately. You can guess why. You can wonder who's pulling his chain. You can wonder who's handling him, or who's promising him money, or who's threatening him, whatever you want to look at it. Or he's just a dumb fuck. Whatever the answer is, he's lying to you by omission. He's lying to you. I do not want to be the little internet star. I will never be an internet star. It's not in me to be an internet star. I don't have it in me to do it. My ass hangs in the fucking breeze over here in Kuala Lumpur with China. I am leaning, see that? That's me leaning on the claw of the dragon, China. They run the Malaysian economy, and they probably have most of the politicians in their pocket. And the scandals that have gone on here are incredible. Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the new PM, 93 years old, is already trying to refinance to get out of China's grip and go with Japan. I'm not in a good place. I thought I was. I've been warned several times. But the Straits of Malacca, Malaysia is central to China's plans. And when Sunni Muslims find out that China is in bed with Israel, and that was my plan, to let them know. And, I wanted to hit the streets. I had t-shirts made up, I had flyers made up, and I've just brought it all to a stop. Warned. Friendly advice. 30 more days I've got to go on another visa run. It's not that I want your sympathy. If you're wondering why I'm agitated and frustrated, this is why. If James Corbett and others would report on this, I'd say, good on you, James, and I apologise for being so rude. Sergeant report reached out and says, no need to speak like that, or words to that effect. Why are you so obnoxious? Why don't you reach out and try to form a relationship? Dude, we've been reaching out to you for fucking 2 fucking years. Twitter, emails, your webmails on your website, all of it. We've done it all. Nothing. Zero. Zip. Nothing. Start pressuring these fucking assholes. Alright? Start pressuring them. Because, let's face it, if I go, it'll just grind to a stop. You do realise that people have died. Nick Spiro died suspiciously. What can I tell you? And it bugs me that Jeremy Roth-Kushel said not to mention that his old man literally died of a heart attack and was brought back. It's a miracle he lived. Not long after, when we formed our little group, we had big plans. Well, I had big plans. In touch with a Lebanese businessman, American-based, with family high up in Lebanon, in the political scene, high up in business, apartments and houses in Dubai, in Beirut. We had Jews, Muslims, Christians, Shia, Sunni, communists. It was going to be the perfect storm. A whole bunch, a loosely affiliated bunch of people from all walks of life. And Jeremy Roth-Kushel's old man drops dead, but literally, Jeremy said it was a miracle he lived. He said, please don't tell anyone. No, don't tell me that. People need to know what's going on. People are dropping like flies from strokes and heart attacks. And you shouldn't, alright, we all get scared and anxious, but my ass is in the breeze for 10 fucking years, people. 3 years in jail, broken bones, beaten after death. You go to Iran and find out they're so fucking sold out on meth, coke and smack and fucking alcohol. Iran is nothing like what you think, man. You should speak to Iranians. I'll tell you, it's party heaven, dudes. They're so westernized, it's not funny. 20% of Iran is revolutionary. The rest would sell out the revolution tomorrow. 80% of Iran will pack it in tomorrow. No problem. I've had Iranians tell me we'd rather do business with Israel. We're not interested. Fuck Palestine. I've had Iranians tell me that. Why do you think I was so disillusioned and fucked up? I had the senior international correspondent, Hamid Federoli, of Iran Press TV, tell me, Brendan, they're a bunch of crooks. It's a third world country. They won't give me any money for my stories in Germany when I was in Berlin. They're embezzling money. What were you expecting? They're incompetent. And I'm just there going, oh, great. This feels great. That's why I left the first time. It's not what you think it is, people. And look, the Press TV people are very nice. And I think they're actually quite professional. But you look at the people they have on. Fuck. Where's that guy? My favourite is those huge headphones. He's my favourite. But the staff are actually pretty professional, pretty good. But it's crap. It's just as edited and propagandized as the rest of them. They'll just cut out whole sections they don't want to hear. And they're so afraid of offending their Persian Jews. You're going to have some hard lessons on Iran, man. I'm telling you, it's a fraud. The whole thing's a fraud. But anyway, James Corbett, pull your finger out, people. I have every right to be angry. It's not just about me sitting comfortably begging for money and, I want a successful YouTube channel. Are you fucking kidding me? I had a $100,000 a year job working agency waiting for me. I was invited to work in the Princess Margaret Hospital pediatric unit to go straight in. As soon as I get my registration, come straight in, they'd train me up. Not spend 6 months in an acute care setting, general wards, getting my skills back. Just come straight back in. That's not a joke, man. I'm not a fucking idiot. Not some loser that didn't have opportunities. Well, I've lost them all now. So you'd think some fucker like fucking James Corbett would have the decency to honour the intellectual honesty of his audience and start introducing the narrative of Israel, the Israeli high technology sector, the smart cities program combined with Israel high technology, Internet of Things, ARC processors, Intel hardware backdoors, software backdoors, Windows 10, Bill Gates, Israelis writing the code, linked in with China. You'd think fucking Jimmy Corbett would have a fucking narrative going by now, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd fucking think so, wouldn't you? Oh, here's me sending a message to Jimmy. I couldn't get anything to work before, so I did this. I'll give you a part of this. Is me sending him a message. When are you gonna work it out? They don't work for you and me. You can't mess this up. That's Lau. Hi James, really looking forward to you reading. This is Brendan O'Connell doing a video on your inability to introduce Israel into your analysis of China, Russia and the Middle East, and Israel leading the BRICS, Israel leading the Belt and Road Project, and Israel arming China. Sorry you're too stupid to work it out, but we'll help you out if we can. Okay, Brendan. Oh, it's already doing it for me. Good, because I did this before and it wouldn't work. Tell people, oh, you know how many times it takes a go to try and get this stuff to work. All right, let's send this one, just all links and, you know, wishing him well. And you're so clever, James, but you're obviously pretty stupid. Thank you for your message. Unfortunately, due to the amount of messages, blah, 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 blah. I do appreciate your comments. So anyway, there you go. So this is the way I got to do shit. Because I talk to some interesting people. I should be happy, but it gets pretty frustrating when you've got a $2,000 laptop that you can't use half the time and you've got to do shit like this. Now let's see if I can even fucking log in to YouTube and upload it. And this... Right, now, I'm a nervous wreck. I've now got to press stop on the recording software. All right, let's film the screen. Let's see if the recording software will work. Oh, you have no idea how nervous I am. And I'll show you. That's how many minutes is that? That is 26 minutes. I've done this 3 times. That's why I get so angry and so far. Oh God, I'm gonna. Here we go.